Good morning. We'll go ahead and get started. The Redevelopment Agency meeting of March 19th, 2025 is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded and can be viewed live on City of Las Vegas TV on Cox Cable Channel 2. You can also watch the meeting live online and access other city content by visiting lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on City of Las Vegas TV the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m. and also on Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m., and the following Monday at 5 o'clock p.m. This building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of chambers out of the mezzanine, proceed out the double doors to the terrace and down the back staircase. For anyone that has difficulty with stairs, please check with the marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First Street. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it is safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to the items on the agenda, citizen participation in public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you can complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available in the city clerk's office or at the rear of the chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizens participation, or specified public hearing items. If there is anyone present today that has a need for hearing impaired equipment, please see the city clerk's staff. Please note, if you parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between council chambers and the security desk you walk through to enter these chambers. You must have your ticket with you to use the machine. If you do not have your ticket, see security personnel when exiting for a validation coupon. We will now move on to item number 3, public comment. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to item number 4 for possible action to approve the final minutes by reference to the regular Redevelopment Agency meeting of February 5th and 19th, 2025. May I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve. Please vote. And post. That motion was made by Councilwoman Frances Allen Polensky. That item passes. We are now moving on to item number 5. RA-6, 2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by Electrical Utility Incentive Program Reimbursement Agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and TUPR2 LLC to be in compliance with and furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan and authorizing the execution of the EUIP by the RDA. Furthermore, the incentive agreement encourages the property owner to underground electrical lines in conjunction with the development located at 222, 310, and 324 South Main Street, $250,000 RDA Special Revenue Fund. Redevelopment Area 1, Ward 3, Councilwoman Diaz, and there's a note that this item is related to Council Item 35R-17, 2025. Good morning, Ms. Babsky.
Good morning, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council members. Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development, here with you this morning. Our wonderful guests, Mr. Jonathan Jossel with the Plaza and also Mr. Grant Garcia. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
So today for your consideration, we're bringing forward an application for the program that you approved, I want to say maybe a couple of months ago. It is a program to help our partners underground the utility lines. If you recall, I'm sure you see those poles all over downtown. They're dissecting every city block left to right. And in order for us to do different development projects, and in this case, a very special project that we'll go into detail a little later, we need to put those lines underground. And so the Redevelopment Agency obviously is entering into a reimbursement agreement upon your approval to reimburse for some of the costs incurred by Mr. Jonathan Jossel and his partners during the undergrounding of the utility lines. The site for the project we see every single day when we come to work is right across from City Hall, where we have the rodeo. Sometimes we refer to it as the core arena, but most importantly, it is the land that is part of the Plaza Hotel. Around the neighborhood, obviously there's City Hall, but of course we know that this is part of our resorts and the Civic District that kind of overlap in this area. And there's, again, a lot of old and aging infrastructure. Just to pinpoint some of the utility lines that did go underground in preparation for the project, I believe there's a total of 4 that went under. They're old, very aged, and essentially were, splitting the core arena, I want to say, right in the middle almost. This is the after photo, and as you can see, the wooden utility lines are now underground. Those are there?
No, those are gone.
Oh, those are gone. Oh, okay. So apparently this is an old photo, but we'll show you a new video. Yes. So if we could, please play the video, Jeff. Amazing. Just to clarify, the utility lines that went under on this side, they're actually in Ward 5, but the substation itself is in Ward 3.
Ah, there's the clarity.
So, yes.
Discussing.
So with that, I'd like to just go over the details of the reimbursement agreement. The applicant, they invested quite a large amount of money to put the lines underground, over $500,000, which makes them eligible for $250,000 in reimbursement from the Redevelopment Agency. As you can see, the work was completed in preparation for Life is Beautiful last fall. I'm sure there's other things that are not going to be able to take place on the land because of that work. With that, I'd like to pass the word over to Mr. Josel and Mr. Garcia to provide any additional details or answer questions. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, Mayor. Thank you, Dina, for that lovely presentation and kind words. We're just thrilled of how good it looks out there to have those old power lines buried. You see in the video the site after the power lines are gone and how much cleaner it looks. And it's obviously aesthetically much better, but operationally for us, it's safer. They were a hazard, but also allowed us to do a bigger event with Life is Beautiful and other potential bigger events. Mayor Pro Tem, we talked about something yesterday, ironically, about it, but that site now has a lot more potential. We're working on a few things with Eldorado and some other events to continue to use that site, but if nothing else, it's a real cleanup of the neighborhood and helps with sandwiching between City Hall and Symphony Park, a much cleaner, beautiful site. So thank you for your consideration of this.
I'll just add, thanks to the EUD department. We definitely couldn't do it without the partnership of the city. It was a very short time frame, and of course, we ran into a lot of issues with NV Energy. So it definitely took the partnership of the plaza and the city and EUD to really get this done and in a timely manner. So again, thanks for the partnership.
Thank you, Dina, for your leadership.
Oh, well, thanks to my team. They're
And the
great.
team.
Thank you.
I think this is one of the most innovative programs I've seen in our valley, because one of our biggest challenges is, at least in the areas that I represent, and I know Councilwoman Diaz and Councilwoman Chandra Summers-Armstrong, that being able to underground those power lines, I think, is part of the evolution of our community. So thank you for being the first to participate in this program. Just my quick question was, what was the timeline from when you thought about it to when it was finished?
Well, I've been thinking about burying those power poles for 17 years.
Yeah, I understand that.
Looking at those things every day was difficult, but I think we thought about burying them around February, and we finished around a couple of weeks before the festival, September.
Okay.
Which actually, from what I'm told, is like a world record speed to move with NV Energy, and it was a lot of help from the city to get us to that point. So it was a great project, but February to September was the window.
I may have to take your notes because I'm meeting with NV Energy next week, and I may need to figure out how to do that better. Okay, so it's Councilwoman Diaz, but are there any other questions or comments up here? Councilwoman Diaz.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Good morning, Mr. Josel and Mr. Garcia. It's always great to see you here before the council. Thank you for continuing to further the legacy that former Mayor Oscar Goodman really wanted to champion while he was the mayor here, wanting to make sure that more of those poles went into the grounds and we didn't have to stare at them. So thank you so much for doing your part. And with that, I'm going to move to approve agenda item 5.
Please vote and post. And that item passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mayor, I will turn this over to you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, for filling in for me. I apologize for my tardiness. There was a horrible accident on Charleston right around the underpass, and there was no way to get around it. So it took me a little while to get here, but I'm very happy to be here now. Agenda item number 7, citizens' participation, public. You're on number 6. Aha, well, that's what I get for being late, okay. Agenda item number 6, RA-7-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the owner participation agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and Aztec Inn Casino Limited Partnership to pay for a portion on the installation of a proposed parking lot located at 120-130 West Cleveland Avenue, is in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan, and authorizing the execution of OPA by the RDA, $95,000, RDA Special Revenue Fund, Redevelopment Area 1, Ward 3, Councilwoman Diaz. Please note, this item is related to council items 18 and 36, R-18-2025. Ms. Babsky.
Yes, good morning, Mayor. Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development for the city. And with me here today is Mr. Will Heaton, the representative for the application. Welcome.
Thank you.
For your consideration today, we are presenting an application for an owner participation agreement grant. The site for the project is in Ward 3, as you mentioned, at 125 West Bob's Tupac Avenue. Most of us would recognize the site due to obviously the Aztec Hotel and Casino, and also it is right south of the Strat. Around the neighborhood, you will see that there is some older structures. Some of them, obviously, we have helped before with RDA grants. So this one is something that we have been working on for a while. There were 5 different buildings, former residential, that had been vacant for a while. They had, had some hazards, I would say, occasionally for community, some safety and whatnot. And so due to the great partnership with the applicant, we were able to work out a deal where the buildings were to come down, and then the city, or the RDA, would help participate on getting that property into a temporary parking structure until a bigger and more, I guess, a bigger redevelopment would come along. So these are some of the photos of the old residential buildings that came down. And now the idea is that the land is vacant. The funds will be used to pave the lot, and then we will move forward with a temporary paved parking lot, and it is actually on the council agenda later. That parking lot will be managed by our Parking Services Division under EUD. It will provide close to 120 spaces or whatnot or so, and we have partnered with the Strat to lease some of the spaces for their employees and potentially their guests. So this is almost like a partnership between 3 different parties to make sure that we clean up the area and make it safer and get it prepared for a bigger development in the future. The owners of the property invested over $150,000. It does make them eligible for a $95,000 reimbursement by the redevelopment agency. If this grant is approved, which I hope it is, the work will start right at the beginning of April and be done quite swiftly.
Absolutely.
With that, I'd like to pass the mic over to Mr. Heaton for any additional comments.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be here. My principals wanted to be here, but for health reasons were not able to today. But we do express our appreciation to the Redevelopment Agency and also the City of Las Vegas as we try to make this improvement to the property. As has been indicated, the property was in some disrepair, and our clients have been working diligently to try to resolve that in the last, the recent year or so. And we really look forward to the opportunity to participate in this venture to further improve the property for the benefit of all involved.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the agency members? No, we're good. Okay. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Diaz?
Absolutely, Mayor. I think this has been a long time coming. People are chomping at the bit for this parking space to be available to the community. So with that, I'm going to move to approve agenda item 6.
Okay, shall we vote on the motion? Please post. Motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Citizen participation, agenda item number 7. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the redevelopment agency. No subject may be acted upon by the redevelopment agency unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium, give your name for the record, the amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of any time any single speaker is allowed may be limited, and we'll limit it to 2 minutes. Is there anyone wishing to speak under this portion of the agenda? Seeing and hearing none, this redevelopment agency meeting is adjourned. We will start our city council meeting promptly at 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, wait. Now it's official.